Hello and good evening. Welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge, coming at you hard and heavy at Bathurst, Mount Panorama. Um, Bathurst, usually known as Bathurst. This is going to be one wild race. We have about 26, 27 drivers with us tonight, and that's quite a packed field. And what that's going to mean is we have a lot of cars going up that mountain, across the back of that mountain, and all the way back down to do it one more time. Of course, there's not a lot of track width going up that mountain and a lot of challenging elevation changes. We're going to follow along right now with Ryan Winfeld, who's going along that mountain, as you can see. And we're going to just take a quick look with this camera view. You can see all the elevation changes and all the walls that will kill you if you hit them. Nice huge dip right there, and all the way back up. This is the top of the mountain right here, and as you go under this big red sign, you start going down the mountain. You can see that massive elevation change. You're trying to slow the car down so you don't hit all of these walls. There's the dipper as Ryan Winfeld goes through that dipper. You gotta slow the car down while going down the hill. He's still going down the hill. And this is Forest Elbow right here. I'm going to be calling it Tennis Elbow because it's just, I don't know, it just sounds so much better, doesn't it? Forest Elbow, Tennis Elbow, I don't know. The jury's out on that one. We'll have to see what they say. But he's still going down the mountain, going down the hill. This is going down the hill. And that is the end of the lap. You've got two corners left, I guess like a large chicane basically, and then this last corner, you know, if the mountain didn't get you, this last corner will. The curb on that inside right there, if you hit it, you're gonna most likely spin your car right round and not have a good time. You're gonna be looking at all the people passing you as you get to that finish line. It's really not fun. Looks like qualifying is over for Ryan Winfeld. So let's follow another car along. Let's follow with another car. I think Manrique Valverde still got some laps to go. I gotta pull up real quick the corner names. Perfect. And I also wanted to cover quickly the top three of our pro and amateur division. These are the drivers that you're going to want to keep an eye out for as we're doing our qualifying. See where they come in for a qualifying. See how they do throughout our race. We've got in the Americas division, we've got Manrique Valverde is number 1. So far for our season. Patrick Hingston is a close number 2 who's thrown it up on pole. And then we've got Adam Morrow, who's not here tonight. I think his son's all of a sudden interested in rugby, so it happens at the same time slot, so that's going to be a little bit of a bummer. I hope he can figure that out and make it back. He's having a real good run at it this season in third. For the amateurs division, we've got Simon Fell. Where is Simon Fell? In P14, we've got Mark Santana. Mark Santana is in P11, and Young Choi in P7. So Simon Fell is number 1 in amateur, Mark Santana is number 2, and Young Choi is number 3. So those are the 6 drivers to watch out for, and there's also going to be a few drivers not far off of them wanting to take one of those top 3 spots away. So here we go. Let's pull up our grid. Congratulations, Patrick Hingston, for putting it on pole with a 2:04.566. That's a blazing fast time. Jack Booser, not far behind in P2. He may not be an amateur anymore. Look at this guy go. We got Ryan Winfeld in 3rd, right here, Julian 4th, Manrique Valverde in 5th, our season leader, Gordon Ramsay in 6th, Young Choi in 7th, Corey Lazarus, hometown crowd right here is cheering him on in 8th, Mark Lampert in 9th, Michael Carrillo in 10th, Rafa Casacerda in 11th, Mark Santana 12th, Gherkin Demir joining us for our Thursday night races. In 14th, Simon Fell 15th, Dan Marrera in 16th, Charlie Pouyer 17th, Carl Ribbing 18, Adrian Kukula's 19. Oh, am I going to be able to get through it? Gary Watson 20, Chuck Baker 21, Benjamin Roche 22, Bradley Husty 23, Michael M. David 24, Marco Valverde did not qualify. That's a little surprising. Kevin Sidhu also did not qualify. Also very interesting. And are they ready to go? Let's see. Here you go. Let's pull up that track map. I want to get rid of our timing tower so we can see all of the action. Don't want to miss any bit of it. It looks like we're just still waiting for a few more cars to come onto the grid. It looks like they have all hit the grid. They're all in their cars, ready to go, ready to hit that gas pedal and go launch it forward. We got 3 lights on the grid, 4, 5. And the lights are off, and away we go. Holy, that was a very quick set of lights, and they're all heading towards turn 1. It's anybody's guess how this is going to. It looks like Manrique Valverde, or Patrick Hingston, actually, sorry, is in the lead of this race. Manrique Valverde is not too far behind. Everyone's getting through nice and cleanly. Oh, and Marco Valverde having a tough luck in the back, hitting that grass and going off. And we're off. We're now heading up the hill for the very first time. Patrick Kingston's in the lead of this group. And we have a lot of cars going. Oh, it looks like we have a challenger for a few positions to be gained going up the hill for the very first time. Michael Carrillo looking to trying to make a pass on Rafa Casacerda, it looks like. Rafa Casacerda is up 2 spots already, and he's being challenged by the likes of Michael Carrillo. We're going to head right up to the very lead, though, right now, because we've got Patrick Kingston now coming down the hill for the very first time, being followed very closely by Jack Booster and Ryan Winfeld. Absolutely wild to see that elevation change. Oh, and it looks like Rafa Casacerda is had to go off wide, not having a good run going down that hill for the very first time. And he may have a slowdown to serve from that. It looks like Gherkin Demir is taking advantage of that spot as well. And freebies for everyone, unfortunately for the likes of Rafa Casacerda, but fortunately for everyone else, eh? And here we go, is Corey Lazarus. He's up 1 spot. Is he going to try and take advantage of this very strong draft down the hill on Gordon Ramsay, or is he going to hang out in draft? Gordon Ramsay throwing that defensive line. He wants that inside. You know, I'll give a hint, actually. The outside line is going to be a lot faster in that turn. Most of the passes I've seen all night, or all week, really, have been on the outside or into this very last corner, just by having them dance around. So the outside line, definitely the line to be at, is in my experiences. For what I've seen this week. 1 lap completed. We've got about, that's what, 13 minutes, 12 and a half minutes to go. Oh, it looks like Marco Valverde is going into the pit lane. I'm really curious how that happened. I guess he did not. First taker for fast repair. He did not survive the mountain, and yeah, that front end of the car did not look too happy. Jack Booster is hanging on tight to Patrick Hingston, not letting him get away. This is quite a drive from Jack Booster. I thought he was an amateur driver. I'm not so sure anymore. Look at this guy go. Gotta catch him all in that Pokemon car. Patrick Hingston, though, still in the lead on a commanding drive. Ryan Winfeld in 3rd. Manrique Valverde is up 1 spot, taking that spot off of Ariel Julian. Ariel Julian must have made a mistake at some point somewhere. And as they head down the hill for the second time now, let's take a look a little further back. Bradley Husty, driver we haven't actually talked too much about as our season has gone. But Bradley Husty is a driver who's stayed very consistent. He showed up basically every race. He's stayed very, very clean every race as well. So definitely a driver to watch for as he improves throughout the weeks, week after week. Benjamin Roche and Michael David, who Bradley is now surrounded by, all drivers who... Oh, and there goes Benjamin Roche into the wall. The mountain has claimed another victim for Benjamin Roche. Oh, and it looks like Ryan Winfeld not having a good time. I gotta take a quick look at how did that happen. Heading down into that braking zone. Oh no, and it looks like a little bit of a bump from Manrique Valverde caused a little bit of an unfortunate situation for Ryan Winfeld and Jack Booster. Jack Booster is having such an excellent drive. Very, very sad to see that happen. Very fortunate situation now for Patrick Hingston, who has a commanding lead on Ariel Julian. Gordon Ramsay is now in third. Corey Lazarus is looking to take advantage of others' misfortunes as well. Gordon and Corey and Mark Lampert up 4 spots total for Mark Lampert. Corey up 4, Gordon up 3. So this is becoming quite a race. The mountain and the downhill has claimed many cars, many drivers already, and this is only 3 laps in. So that's pretty wild, I gotta say. Let's take a quick look. Where is Jack Booster? Looks like he's in the pit. Ryan Winfeld is carrying on. Where is Ryan? Oh, and Ryan Winfeld's in 16th position, so he's down 13 total. So his goal is just going to be trying to get back into that reverse grid top 8 with this very, very strong field. That's one tall order. So I'm not sure it's going to happen, but at least he has that 30-minute feature race to try and recover as many points as he possibly can for that season championships. Coming down the hill one more time, Manrique Valverde is real close to Mark Lampert, and Corey Lazarus, not too far ahead, is very, very close to Gordon Ramsay. And Gordon doesn't have to throw that defensive line. Corey Lazarus is just going to hang out behind, and they're just clawing their time back towards Ariel Julian, getting very, very close to Ariel Julian. I would not want to be in his position, having those 2 drivers behind me. I'd be shivering my timbers back there. Oh, and it looks like Gordon's going to have to throw a defensive line. Heading into turn 1, Corey Lazarus wants that spot. He's going to make him work for it. And up the hill they start to go. Corey Lazarus has that beautiful, beautiful draft. And he had an excellent exit. It's anybody's guess how this is going to go around turn 2 as we head up to the quarry. Corey Lazarus a little bit ahead. Gordon Ramsay is not going to give it up easy. Corey Lazarus really going to have to work for it. Oh, and he understeers, nearly hitting the wall, having to back out, and Gordon Ramsay stays ahead. Unfortunately, they've now created quite a bit of a gap to Ariel Julian, but going down that hill, a lot of draft, and you can gain it all back. Manrique Valverde challenging Mark Lampert as they go up across the top of this mountain. It's anybody's guess how this is going to turn out, but it looks like he wants to make a pass. He wants to make it now. And as they approach the top of the mountain, it's definitely not a good time to make a pass. It's just you gotta hang out, hang tight, and as soon as you exit force elbow, you get as close as you can. Oh, and Mark Lampert makes a mistake on the dipper, and there goes Manrique Valverde. And it looks like Young Choi's made a mistake on the dipper as well, allowing the likes of Gherkin Demir to break through and get up into that reverse grid top 8, now holding 8th position, taking that off of Young Choi. Young Choi is down 2 spots total. Looks like Michael Carrillo and Gherkin Demir making passes on Young Choi, maybe a few others, especially because of the freebies that have happened. And is Young Choi going to try and challenge for that spot back on Gherkin Demir? No. And he's going to stay nice and easy, nice and consistent. That's been Young Choi's driving style, is to stay steady Eddie, not try and destroy yourself too badly out there, and just bring her on home. Really, with this track, with this car, the winner of the race is not always going to be the fastest driver. The fastest driver may be the one that hits that wall first. So, yeah, as we head up the hill towards the quarry, Gordon Ramsay is ahead of Corey Lazarus. Corey Lazarus is going to try to go around the outside, but of course they do have Manrique Valverde to worry about, who's right up on their tail. Corey Lazarus has the risk of losing a spot to Manrique Valverde. If it was me, I'd actually let Manrique by, just to let him open up that door on Gordon Ramsay and see what happens. Because you know what? They're going to end up around each other on that reverse grid anyways. And yeah, looks like Mark Lampert has also gained some pace back and caught right back up to the back of this group. Heading down that hill, if he can stay with them going down that hill, he's going to have an excellent draft, and it's going to be a battle for third all the way to the very end. We have another 5 minutes to go, and it's anybody's guess how this is going to go, really. You can see some smoke from the tires locking up under braking as they hit that dipper, and now they're into force elbow. There's no smoke. I can't see any smoke off those tires. So everyone had a real great braking zone. Good exit. Great exit by Gordon. Not as great from Corey, and he's now going to be under fire from Manrique Valverde. Manrique Valverde is going to be taking the right lane position, heading into this braking zone. And let's see, as I predicted, is it going to be the inside or the outside that comes out alive? Oh, and a little bit of an unfortunate situation. Oh, and now both cars may be out. I don't know. That's that may be one for the stewards. We'll have to see later. We'll never know. But you know what? Some people's misfortune brings great luck and great things for others, you know? And you got now Ariel Julian is in second. Gordon Ramsay having a stress-free race in third. And now Mark Lampert is up 5 spots total into fourth position. And in an excellent spot to, you know, gain some of that delta back on Gordon Ramsay. Now that he has nobody in between, he just has to put his head down, focus. And here we go with Michael Krill. I love the purple Porsches. I always have, always will. Michael Krill is up into 5th, up 5 spots total. One of our more consistent, safer, fast pro drivers of our league for Thursday night. I don't think he has any incident points against him. Watch me just jinx it by saying that. Followed by Manrique Valverde. Gherkin Demir joining us on Thursdays for the very first time. Normally we see him in our Euro Global race, and now tonight he's here. It looks like Young Choi is back into... How did that happen? I'm not sure how that one happened. Young Choi's back into the reverse grid top 8. Oh, and that's how it happened. Corey Lazarus is behind, having a car under his under him that's maybe not as happy as it could have been after that little bit of an incident that we saw earlier. Now we're following along with Gary Watson, followed by Chuck Baker and Ryan Winfield. Ryan Winfield has Ryan taken that fast repair? Let's get a quick look at the nose of his car. No, he hasn't. So he's going to have a disadvantage heading down this hill. But if he can get a good enough exit, that draft is going to negate all of that downside of the extra drag from the front of his car. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening. He's able to make a pass on Chuck Baker going down the hill. And he's now ahead. I'm going to take a quickie look at Mark Santana making a pass on Carl Ribbing. Carl Ribbing's not having the best of luck this week with all these cement walls. His car could have been better, but that's just how it works sometimes. Mark Santana, of course, down 7 positions. He must have had a spin at some point. But just by being consistent, not quitting, he's back up to 19th from losing all those spots. Oh, Marco Valverde not having a good time on this track. Oh, he must be a drive-through, must be, I have no idea, but yeah, not having a good time on this track for Marco Valverde. I'm going to take a quick peek at the leader of our race. He's now 4.7 seconds ahead of Ariel Julian as he comes down the hill, maybe for the last time, maybe one more lap to go after this. But he is perfected this mountain, as we can see right here. Ariel Julian not too far behind, but definitely far enough to not really make a challenge unless we see a mistake from Patrick Hingston. And the way that Hingston is driving, it's very unlikely that's going to happen, I gotta say. Ariel Julian being followed by Gordon Ramsay now and Mark Lampert. Mark Lampert has closed that gap just a little bit, and Gordon Ramsay closed the gap on Ariel Julian. So this is now a battle for second position as they head down the hill in draft. We got Enrique Valverde challenging Michael Carrillo for P5. And is he going to make the move? No. And he's going to wait it out and just stay behind and be happy with where he's at. It's looking like Gurkan Demir is now gaining. Oh, Enrique Valverde's going into the pits. I'm not sure what happened, but that's going to be a whole bunch of freebies for a lot of drivers on our grid here. Looks like if Corey Lazarus is lucky, he may be able to get back into the reverse grid top 8 and get a whole bunch of points. And yeah, that's a drive-through being served. And I'm really curious to see how this goes. Is he going to make it through that pit in time to stay ahead of Corey Lazarus? There's Corey Lazarus making it into that top 8 reverse grid. Right there, Enrique Valverde going for that fast repair. And there you have it, Corey Lazarus toughing it out with a car that's real beaten up, making it back into that top 8 for our reverse grid, and gonna score some seriously good points here tonight. Patrick Hingston still in the lead, no surprise there, eh? One more lap to go. We got Ariel Julian though, has Gordon Ramsay, the Scottish lad, is now on the rear bumper of Ariel Julian. And I want to take a quick look right here from the rear of Ariel's car as they start going down the mountain. You can actually see that elevation change and why you don't want to try and make a pass. Here comes the dipper right here. Oh, and the car gets really unsettled, slides. It's quite a ride. And now they're heading into the forest elbow where everyone seems to be locking up on the brakes. You can see the smoke coming off the tires from Ariel Julian's car as he locks up the brakes. Heading down the mountain. This is down this massive hill, and Gordon Ramsay is now prime striking range for P2. And it's anybody's guess which line is. Oh, it looks like Gordon Ramsay's going to take the left lane position, Ariel Julian on the right lane position. And how does this go? Gordon Ramsay, under braking, makes it work, makes the pass stick, and Ariel Julian's down into third. What a beautiful pass by Gordon Ramsay. Great battles from the likes of these two. Gordon Ramsay throwing the defensive line on that final corner, not letting him by. Oh, he's got to run to the finish line, and he's not able to make it stick. So we've got Patrick Hingston. Congratulations, Patrick Hingston, for winning this race. Gordon Ramsay, congratulations, P2. Ariel Julian in P3. Mark Lampert up into P4. Michael Carrillo, P5. Gurkan Demir all the way up into P6. Young Choi, P7. Great drive from the likes of Young Choi. Corey Lazarus, P8. Enrique Valverde in P9. Simon Fell in P10. Ignacio Vieto in P11. Gary Watson, P12. Rafa Casacerta, who missed his braking zone going down the hill, is in 13. Adrian Kukulas is up 5 spots in 14. Bradley Husty as we were talking earlier, no incidents from Bradley Husty ever this season. And he's up 8 spots into 15th. Mark Santana is in P16. Charlie Pouyer having real bad luck with all the walls, same as Carl Ribbing. So there's 17 and 18. Chuck Baker's up two spots for P19. Dan Marrera is in P20. Marco Valverde 21. Benjamin Roche 22. Michael David 23. Ryan Winfield looks like he had bad luck as well. He is out. Kevin Sidhu out, and Jack Booser I think had the worst luck of all, to be honest, and he's in 26. I hope that he can make another good run. I hope that he can make a good run in our final feature race, see how many positions he can get. You know, it's always a tough spot when you're sort of taken out in just the heat of the moment when other cars make a mistake, and that's sort of what happened to Jack Booster by the looks of it. And it's always a real bad feeling sinking in your heart when that happens. But I'd really love to see Jack Booster make another good run of it in this 30-minute feature to see how far up that field he can really get. Tonight will be insane, says Rafael Casacerda. Definitely has been quite crazy. I wrecked Mark when I spun coming off the grass after lap 2 incident. Oh, that's Charlie is in fault. Oh, that's okay, Jack. But oh well. Hope you get out there and just try again. As you can see, how much time do I got? I got 1 minute to go through this. Perfect. Okay. So Patrick Hingston is now trying to challenge for P1 in our season. So this is going to do him real well to win that race. We've got Young Choi, Simon Fell, and Mark Santana battling it out for those 3 positions in the amateur division. You can see Young Choi got the best of everyone there. Adam Morrow not here tonight. Sad about that. And who is the other one? Is Manrique Valverde in P9. So that's going to be real interesting to see how this plays out. And if Patrick Hingston, who's going to be starting right beside Manrique Valverde, really curious to see how that goes. 30-minute race with these tires, this car. Every driver is really going to have to focus. Yeah, I see that Adrian Kukla is there. Am I saying your name right? I hope I'm saying that right. It's going to be a real tough drive. 30 minutes, every driver's got to keep their focus, stay away from those walls, finishing as the main goal. And I personally believe that's going to bring a lot of really great results. And also, I was totally proven wrong that at the bottom of the hill, the inside line works. You know, it's not always the outside line. Gordon Ramsay proved me wrong right there. So I'm curious to see who else proves me wrong or proves me right. I want someone to please prove me right. Please. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see. We've got... Oh. Wow. Looks like Young Choi is going to be starting in 2nd place. So that's going to be real interesting to see how he handles all that pressure from all these very fast drivers behind him. Corey Lazarus in the spot of his life. He's now got a real great chance to maybe run away from this. So I'm really curious to see if he's going to take advantage of that or not. We got Patrick Hingston in 8th spot, and all the drivers are now ready to go. They are in their cars. The lights are up. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. All the lights are off, and away we go. Corey Lazarus getting an excellent start. Gurkan Demir getting an excellent start, making a pass on Young Choi. Young Choi is down 1 spot total already, and everyone seems to be getting through so far. A little bit of a 3-wide situation in the back, but they managed nice and clean. That's what we absolutely love to see. Oh, Corey Lazarus is in the lead of this race. Gurkan Demir all the way up into 2nd. And as we head into, and Ariel Julian making a pass on Mark Lampert, and that has absolutely opened the door for many other drivers to take positions on Mark Lampert. Gordon Ramsay's walking through that same doorway as well, now up in the 6th spot. Ariel Julian is into 5th. Patrick Kingston normally is very, very aggressive on the race starts. It looks like he's being very conservative this time around. There's a lot at risk, a lot at play on this track, especially with all these walls. Sometimes being patient is actually going to pay off, and I think that's what Patrick Kingston's method to his madness is right here in this feature race. We're going to obviously have to follow along with that story as it unfolds and see if I'm right. I'm not, sometimes I'd say I bet my money on it, but lately I've been losing my money on those bets. And someone's locking up their brakes, and you can see the smoke coming off the tires as everyone starts heading down that hill. There's Chuck Baker followed by Jack Booster. Jack Booster's already up 4 spots. Glad to see he's still out there. It looks like Ryan Winfeld decided not to race in our 30-minute feature. And here we go with Corey Lazarus heading into this, would you call it a chicane? Not really. It's called the chase. It looks like something's happened to Gordon Ramsay. He's gone off the track real quick. Let's take a quick replay of what happened. It looks like Patrick Kingston made a mistake under braking and has unfortunately tossed Gordon Ramsay off the track. And that's I gotta say, my heart goes out to Gordon Ramsay in those types of moments, just like it did. My heart went out to Jack Booster. It's a tough spot to be in, to have that happen to you. And sometimes you guys just suck it up, keep going, and never give up. But oh man, that's a tough one, I gotta say. Whereas Patrick Kingston is now down into 13th position with Marco Valverde challenging him. So that's with a lot of race to go. And Patrick Kingston into the wall. And that, the mountain has claimed another victim. Patrick Kingston is now out of the race. He's decided to tow. And that's how it goes. Really, really unfortunate. Looks like Bradley Husty dropping many positions. I'm not sure what exactly happened. It looks like he may have hit a wall. Maybe his car's damaged. I am not sure, but his confidence is definitely shaken up. He's now down 3 spots from where he started. And Kirk and Demir entered pit lane. Something happened to Kirk and Demir. Let's take a quick look at what happened to Gurkan Demir. And Gurkan Demir made a mistake on the downhill, and he has decided to just sit there and wait it out so that he can get going again. And that is a painful way to go. Definitely a very painful way to go. And the mountain has claimed another victim. And now that's put Young Choi into 2nd. And that curb is claiming a lot of victims as well. This track is punishing, I gotta say. This is quite I don't even know what to say other than wow, this track is punishing. Young Choi was in 2nd position for a little bit of a moment, and now we have a 3-wide heading into turn 1. Ariel Julian on the outside, Young Choi on the inside. Young Choi backing off, making this a 2-wide situation. Ariel Julian being a little bit bumped from Valverde. And wow, this is quite intense as they head back up the mountain. Young Choi lost many spots and now back up into 4th with Mark Lampert directly behind. Manrique Valverde is in 3rd. Michael Carrillo is up into 2nd with a bit of a stress-free race now from all that battling behind him. He has a 1.3 second gap, but because it's to Manrique Valverde, I would not count Manrique out just yet. Young Choi is just going to look to hold his position, stay consistent, and not hit a wall. We are only 5 minutes in, and the mountain has claimed, it looks like 4 victims already, so it's 4 victims, I think. So it's definitely the race we were expecting. This pack here is being led by Gary Watson, who's in P8 with Ignacio Viato, Mark Santana, Marco Valverde, Charlie Pouyer, Carl Ribbing, and Jack Booser at the very back. Jack Booser's up 12 spots. What a wonderful drive from Jack Booser. That is amazing. This track is just speaking to his heartstrings. And it looks like Jack Booser is trying to claim another victim to his absolute amazing drive, making another pass. And looks, which side is he going to take? The left or left? Oh, there you go. And he's taking one more car. Oh, and it looks like up front. I missed that. I apologize about that. But Michael Carrillo was just passed by Manrique, and here we go with Jack Booser being passed by, Jack Booser passing Carl Ribbing. Oh, and Marco Valverde once again not having a good time on the mountain. Let's just take a quick look at how did that happen. Oh, and you know what? That was just from trying to avoid an accident that could have happened. And so that was just keeping his wits about him. He ended up off the track, unfortunately, gaining an incident point. But he's still in a real great spot. He's up 12 spots total. Wow. So Marco actually is having a real great run at it this time. Much better luck than our sprint race. Much better luck. I'm going to take a quick peek at the leader of our race, Corey Lazarus. He's up in the lead in this white, beautiful car. He wanted to change the paint schemes on me. I'm glad he didn't, because now I really do recognize who you are by your paint schemes. It's always so confusing if it changes. And he's got a 3.5 second lead, so that's definitely doing him well. We're going to have to see. Oh, what happened to Gordon Ramsay? Gordon Ramsay's not having a good time with it. Looks like he may have had a tangle with Bradley Hussey. I just want to take a quick look. How did that happen? Oh, it looks like here's a four car pack. Oh, Rafa Casacuerta hit the wall, and that serves. Oh, and here comes Bradley Hussey, and they're just having fun doing donuts. They're just having fun doing donuts. You know what? If all else fails, do some donuts. We've got Manrique Valverde has in fact made a gap to Michael Carrillo and is closing that gap to Corey Lazarus. Wow, so that's going to get tight, but they're not that close right now, so we're going to have to come back to that one later. Got Young Choi is in 4th position. Oh, and it looks like Gary Watson has gone off the track. I don't think I see damage, so that may have been a self-inflicted injury. So that's unfortunate for Gary Watson. Getting passed by all those cars, as you can see. So we're going to head right back to Young Choi, who's being challenged by Mark Lampert, car 15, as we head up that hill. Ariel Julian not far behind. So this may become a 3-car battle as they head up the mountain. Young Choi is not wanting to give up that inside line too easy. Mark Lampert getting it anyways. Young Choi is really not giving a lot of space. And Lampert's going to have to back out just to stay safe. As they head into the cutting, I hear some, oh no, looks like Michael Carrillo has hit the wall, and that's put Young Choi up in the 3rd. Michael Carrillo losing a lot of speed down in the 6th spot. Ariel June, Mark Lampert, and Young Choi taking advantage of Carrillo's little incident with that concrete barrier. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier, is surviving the mountain is going to be key. You don't have to be the fastest driver. You just gotta be the driver that makes it to the end. Real quick, I'm going to take a look at Jack Booser once again, who's now up into 11th spot with Ignacio Viato going way off track, who's going to have to serve slowdown, just lighting up those tires under braking in car 506. So that's not going to be serving him too well for tire management over the length of this race, and that's going to make it easy pickings for Jack Booser, who's in 11th, now going for 10th, and wow. What a drive. Oh no, Young Choi on the inside. He may have Oh, Mark Lampert deciding to back out is the only reason I think that was not an accident. Young Choi was a little bit too brave under braking, and that's put Mark Lampert down in the 5th. Ariel Julian up to 4th. Young Choi is still in 3rd. What happened to Corey Lazarus? Where is Corey Lazarus? Corey Lazarus has entered the pit lane. What has happened? He had a drive-through? Wow. So Corey Lazarus, nope, he must have hit the wall and he got steering wheel damage. Oh my gosh. So Manrique Valverde is now the leader of our race, and so he's our season champion or season leader in points right now, followed by Young Choi, who is in 2nd. Wow, this is like another Monza remake where Young Choi, just by staying consistent, has put himself into a really, really great spot. It's not always about the pace, and here you go. Corey Lazarus coming out of the pits right behind Girk and Demir. So, yeah, and it looks like there's been a lot of other, a lot of people have been claimed by the mountain. I'm seeing Adrian Kukulas has been claimed by the mountain. Michael David, Chuck Baker, Patrick Kingston, as you saw earlier. Wow. Oh no, it looks like Young Choi has front end damage to his car after going through the mountain that time. Let me see if I can find a replay on that. No, I can't. And so that's going to put him in a real bad spot. He's going to have a lot of trouble holding on. I am really curious to... Let's see if his suspension is built. Bent. Is his suspension bent? Nope, his suspension's not bent, so he's come out alive and lucky with some front end damage, and he has a lot of work to do if he wants to hold off all the competitors behind him. Simon fell. Oh no, and Young Choi is deciding to take that fast repair. As we've seen with Corey Lazarus and many of the other drivers, fast repair puts you way, way behind. So that may not be the decision that to make. So we'll have to see how that plays out, and that's basically just put Manrique Valverde even further into the lead. way, way into the lead. 9 seconds. How come it's saying Mark Santana? Nope, Mark Santana is not the leader of our race, even though it's showing he is. Once he crosses that line, it should correct it. Looks like he hit that curb on that last turn, and now he's way down in the 17th. So Manrique Valverde now has that challenge of keeping his head in the game, keeping himself focused so that he doesn't hit that wall, because he's got 16 minutes to go of not hitting wall. And I gotta tell you, that is one difficult challenge. If there's anyone that can do it, it's Manrique Valverde though. He's one of those drivers that can drive fast, drive consistent. Unfortunately, Patrick Kingston, who's one that could also challenge him on that, or even Adam Mora or Corey Lazarus, are out right now of the contention of the lead. So yeah, Ariel Julian in 2nd, followed by Mark Lampert, who's up 2 spots. Looks like Mark Lampert's got a real great toe, and most of these drivers I'm seeing are there's now quite a gap between cars. So most of these drivers I'm seeing are just staying consistent, trying to not crash, and that's their game plan. They may not want to drive too close to others. It's looking like, because when you drive too close to others, you can't see where you're going. All of a sudden, you hit that wall. And Young Choi getting an excellent exit out of the tennis elbow. I'm gonna call it tennis elbow from now on. And he's now up alongside Gary Watson, and he's got the outside line on Gary Watson, and Young Choi has now made that pass. So finally someone's proved me right that the outside line does work, and away they go. We got Ariel Julian and Mark Lampert having a drag race going up the hill, head towards the second turn. onto the mountain. Ariel Julian tucking in behind, deciding to just relax and wait till a better time. I would say going down the mountain's the best time, especially that last turn. But we'll have to see where he decides to make it happen. Oh, and Carl ribbing Mark Santana, deciding to go for a fast repair. I think this is going to be a record of how many people use the fast repair in our race. The mountain has claimed another driver. I actually want to see well, I've got Benjamin Roche has crashed. So heading down the mountain, here's Benjamin Roche. And where's the crash? There we go, you hit the dipper and boom. Michael David has crashed. Let's take a look at how Michael David crashed in the turn 2. He got a little too excited on the throttle. Oh, you know what? That's not too bad of a crash. It's a little bumper sticker. Little bumper sticker, and that's it. Let me see who else I've got. I got Adrian Kukulas has crashed. Let's take a look at how did that one happen. It looks like his car wasn't looking too happy already. So crashing was probably just the next best step, wasn't it? Oh, and you know what? The steering on his car, as you can see, it's just doing a real doggy tail. And yeah, just had to tow. I've got Ignacio Vieto has crashed. Let's see where the mountain has claimed his life. So it's going down the hill. I think down the hill has climbed the most cars tonight. Oh, and that one's gonna hurt. So there's another one. There's another one. I want to take a quick look with Michael Carrillo, who's challenging Gary Watson for P13. I don't think Gary Watson's had any incidences or funny business or walls or anything. And so just by staying nice and clean, he's up into 12th. Michael Carrillo not wanting to push it too much, but getting an excellent exit out of turn 1. Up this mountain, and up, away they go. Michael Carrillo going to have the outside line. Gary Watson, the inside line. Short distance travel for car 64. It's anybody's guess how this one's going to go. Michael Carrillo is ahead. Looks like Gary Watson backed out and thought better of challenging too wide with walls on both sides of him. He just wanted to stay relaxed, and that's what's keeping him so far ahead. Jack Booster's up in the 5th position. This guy does not stop. Wow, look at this guy go. Started in 25th position, and he's all the way up into 5th. This is I have never seen this ever. What a wild drive from Jack Booster right now. I am absolutely blown away. So from this pace and just staying nice and consistent, he's just speechless. And he's going for another car to get into 3rd position here in our race. And wow, and here we go. He's got the outside line, and Simon Feld deciding to just back out, let him have it, and follow in the draft. And there you go. Charlie Puyer being challenged for his spot. Marco Valverde making short, easy work of that, taking 6th. Charlie now in 7th. There's a lot of drivers up many spots. The mountains claimed many lives. Dan Marrera, not a driver that we talk about a lot. He's one of our pro drivers, of course, as you see the green little ticker beside his name. He's one of our cleanest drivers of I've noticed this season. He has, let me take a quick look. Dan Marrera has been in every race this season and has 0 incident points. And so that's paid off big time for Dan Marrera in this race. It's brought him up 10 spots total. I don't think he had a great sprint race, but he's having an amazing feature. And that's by staying incident free and wall free, it's brought him up 10 spots into 10th position. Young Choi, after taking that fast repair, is back into 11th position, and Michael Carrillo is behind that. So, wow. So that fast repair did not cost Young Choi too much time. So he got away very lucky with that one. And I'm going to have to say that all the drivers in our top 10 right now, top 11, top 10, haven't had any incidences or funny business with the wall. Right now we've got Rafa Casacerda. He's just as I was mentioning the wall, Rafa Casacerda hit that wall heading into Forest Elbow. Kevin Sadu's now thinking about how to line up that pass. I hope Rafa Casacerda does not have steering wheel damage. If he does, he is in trouble. Let's take a look at his cockpit. Nope, he is good. He is good to go. Other than Kevin Sadu directly behind, wanting to race it out, going for that inside line under braking. Is he gonna make it work? Oh, and they both go off. What? This is Tokyo Drift. Oh my god. This is Tokyo Drift. That was in unison. I gotta say, I want to watch that one back. We gotta watch that one back. Because that was... Watch this. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. That's some Tokyo Drift stuff right there. Unfortunately, it ends with them going off the track. But Kevin Sadu is now ahead. He's up in the 8th. I don't know how he got... How did he get 2 positions off that? I don't know. But Rafa Casacerda is going through the pits. He must have been taking his fast repair. And away they go. Oh, Mark Lampert's past Ariel Julian. How did that one happen? Nope. Live. Go live. Made a mistake. Oh, and Kevin Sadu has crashed now. Here we go, going through the cutting. Hitting those brakes. And where does he come out? Oh, and he just got super excited on the throttle and just went baby right round, all the way right round. So Kevin Sadu, who had an excellent run, is now down a lot of spots after that incident, and it's looking like now our top 8 are the only ones that are incident free. Young Choi, not incident free, taking that fast repair, but has somehow found his way back up into P9, so he's still gaining some excellent points. Charlie Puyer, who's found some pace in this race as of late, is now closed the gap to Simon Fell. And so Simon Fell, our top amateur driver of this season, he's going to have to start trying to make decisions. Do I try and throw that defensive line, or do I just hold on and let him by and sort of follow that pecking order, let the guy by and save my race? Oh, it looks like Young Choi's making a move up the inside of Dan Marrera. Michael Carrillo pressuring them. We're going to have a 2 wide into turn 1. Is this going to be 3 wide? No, it's not. Young Choi's on the inside. And it's anybody's guess how this is going to go. It's going to be a drag race up the mountain, as you can see, for all 3 cars. Young Choi on the outside, heading into turn 2. This is not going to be favorable for Young Choi. Dan Marrera up the inside. Is he going to try and make the dive? No, he's not. He's going to decide to hang back, concede the position, and just survive to keep racing. Honestly, that's a smart move. There's a lot of people behind who tried to race it out and lost their races because of that. Oh, and there goes Young Choi. Young Choi is around. Oh, just as Gary Watson comes by, and that was very fortunate. Nothing happened, and there you go. Gary Watson has made a pass, and Young Choi is out of that. Well, he's not out. He's not out, but back down to P11. Here we go with Charlie Pouyer, Michael Krill, Simon Fell. Charlie Pouyer making pass on Simon Fell. So this is that moment. Does Simon Fell try and fight this out or not? Looks like Simon Fell lets off the throttle just a tiny bit, lets him by, and just facilitates a nice, easy pass, trying not to kill the tires, not kill the car. And away goes Charlie Pouyer. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory is now way up ahead of Simon Fell. I'm going to just take a quick run through some of these drivers. We got Manrique Valverde up 8 spots total in the lead of this race with an almost 18-second gap. That is an incredible drive. We got Mark Lampert is in second. He's up 3 spots total, being followed not very closely behind, as you can see, by Ariel Julian. They can still see each other. And then Jack Bousser in fourth, who really is gaining on Ariel Julian, up 22 spots. What an incredible drive. Marco Valverde, I think he did take a fast repair. Oh, he's sliding that back end coming through turn 2. That's high risk, I gotta say, but you know what? It's a lot of fun. Charlie Pouyer coming around the cutting, followed by Simon Fell in that draft. And then way back, we have Michael Carrillo in P8, Dan Marrera in P9. Young Choi is way off in the distance. Gary Watson in P10. Young Choi P11. Corey Lazarus is making up some of those lost positions. He's back up into 12th. Gary Gurkin Demir, who I believe also took a fast repair, is into 13th. Carl Ribbing took fast repair. Basically everyone back here is taking the fast repair. It's I gotta say, this did not disappoint. Absolutely did not disappoint. I want to follow along with Corey Lazarus, who set real fast laps. I want to take a look at who's fastest times. Best time. So it looks like Manrique Valverde has the best time of our race. Corey Lazarus is in the 206s. So he's now following Young Choi. Corey Lazarus, Gurkin Demir now following Young Choi as they come down that mountain, going down the hill. And I think Young Choi has some front end damage, so he's going to be easy pickings for Corey Lazarus to gain one more spot. Gurkin Demir, maybe if he's lucky, going to follow right through. And Mark Lampert has spun. I want to take a look at exactly how that happened. Mark Lampert, who is in a real great spot. Oh, and he hit the curb and he's spun, and that's put Jack Bousser into a podium finishing position, starting from the back. What a drive! Wow, and he also has now caught up to Ariel Julian. What is happening? This is absolutely unbelievable. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? And sign me up to coaching lessons from Jack Bousser. Oh my gosh. So Mark Lampert is now in 5th position, recovering from that spin really well, to be honest, and not losing too many spots behind Marco Valverde now. So I'm really curious to see how this one plays out. If Mark Lampert tries to push his luck, does he try and gain back some of those positions that he's missing? Or does he just accept that he's in 5th and do that? And go with that. And here we go into Forest Elbow. This is the place that you set up your pass. And it looks like Mark Lampert has done exactly that. He's now right up on the bumper of Marco Valverde. This is going to be a 2 wide into that final corner. Let's see how this goes. Oh, and he's actually... Does he go for it? Does he go for it? Does he go for it? Oh, and he actually waits it out. I'm quite shocked. So he's actually going to just stay behind and be happy with the position he's at. So, yeah, there you go. However, no, he's just happy with, you know what? P5 is a real great spot to be. Looks like Young Choi was passed. I want to take a look. How did that happen? Oh. There you go. Easy, slim pickings for Corey Lazarus and Gurkenmeer, and there you go. But it looks like Young Choi passed Gurkendemir. So how did that one happen? Oh, it looks like Gurkendemir throwing a defensive line into turn 1. Oh. And that's just, and that's just racing normal door banging. And now it looks like after taking a fast repair, Gurkendemir still has front end damage after that one. We're going to follow along with Manrique Valverde as he completes his final lap of this race. He's coming down the hill out of Force Elbow for the very last time, coming down this huge honking hill. You can see that massive hill right here. You get a little bit of hang time sitting in that car. You go light on your butt. And here we go for the final time into this heavy braking zone. Car 67's coming around. He's got one more braking zone to go, and then he's home free with this gap. He could spin here and still win this race. And there he goes. Congratulations, Manrique Valverde, for coming back to win that race. I want to follow along with Jack Booser, who's almost up alongside Ariel Julian. Is he going to be able to make this happen? Oh, it looks like Mark Lampert is challenging for that position, but not able to make it work. And here you go. Oh, and Ariel Julian going off in the final braking zone. Jack Booser, congratulations on P2. Oh my gosh. Marco Valverde, congratulations for rounding out that those podium positions. Mark Lampert in P4, Ariel Julian in P5, Charlie Puyer P6, Simon Fell P7, Michael Carrillo. Where is Michael Carrillo? Is right here, and he is not quite done yet, but in P8. We got Dan Marrera in P9. Gurkendemir coming around in P10. Gary Watson in P11. Corey Lazarus is not with Gurkendemir anymore. Something else must have happened there. That's interesting. And coming around that final corner, the way they go, Young Choi in P13. Carl Ribbing in P14. Mark Santana in P15. Ignacio Vieto, after all those spins, you can see his car's not happy about his driving. Coming around that final corner in P16, Gordon Ramsay. His car's had a real banger of a night there as well. In P17, P18, Bradley Husty. After a few spins, Kevin Sadu. After a few, I think everyone's just had a few spins. Chuck Baker, P20. Michael David, P21. Adrian Kukulas is still on the track. Okay, so Michael David, 21, Benjamin Roche, 22, Adrian Kukala is coming around that final turn right now in 23. Rafa Cascurta is out. Rafa Cascurta was having such a great run, and then he just hit the wall, and off he went. And yep, it just claimed another life, basically. And yeah, just throwing it out there. If anyone wants to do an interview, I'm in the interview booth right now. Jump into the Discord interview booth, and but wow, what a race. Absolutely crazy race, I gotta say. I don't think I expected any of that, especially Jack Booser to go from starting very last position all the way to second. Who is this guy? I gotta say, that is absolutely mind-blowing. And for the amount of cars that had a struggle with the mountain, with the wall, it's just a testament to how hard this car is to drive. And you know, just the how hard it is to drive, how hard this track is. Oh. Oh, it looks like everyone's going for, let me see. Everyone's going for the jump. Watch this. Everyone's going for the jump. Well, and there you go. But yeah, no, it's just a testament to how hard this car is to drive, how hard this track is to drive. And yeah, it's just there you go. It's not an easy task. I've actually got Jack Booser in the broadcast booth here with me now. Can you hear me?
I can indeed.
Perfect. So how you feeling?
Oh, I'm sweaty right now. I can tell you that much. I need a shower and a beer.
Dude, what is going through your mind? You started in last position and made it all the way up into second. Just how?
Just try to remain patient and take my opportunities when I can and stay out of trouble. Make sure I don't push too hard on corner exit. And last thing I need is a spin when coming from behind. So made sure I kept the car intact and, just pushed.
Definitely. And holy, did you ever push? That is, I'm absolutely blown away from that performance. And I guess there's also a lot of other people's misfortune that you were taking advantage of as well.
Definitely.
There's I think there's probably about 10 to 15 cars you passed from them taking fast repair or drive through or whatever it is. So that definitely played in your favor.
No doubt about it.
But definitely my heart goes out to you for that incident in that first race. What was your mindset after that happened?
Because first I was on the grass and I was just like, okay, we can recover and come back in seventh. And as I was trying to get it onto the track, spun my tires a bit, spun right into the middle of the track, right into Charlie and Mark. So I apologize to both of them very much because that was pretty silly. But from there, I still had a 30-minute race. It's a long race. This is a very, very tricky track where mistakes are made often. So I just had to, get focused again.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's not the not the oh no, I want not the fastest driver that wins in this kind of race. It's just the most consistent.
Definitely. I felt like I was consistent throughout the day.
Definitely. And I've noticed you've started racing more. I definitely enjoy having you around and can't wait to see how you do as the season goes on and how next season starts as well.
Definitely. And thank you so much for having us, week in, week out, you come here and you set this all up for us. So I know we're all thankful for it. So thank you.
And is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to to anyone on the racetrack or any friends or any family or anything you want to say?
Hey, shout out Adam Morrow. He was the first person who really started helping me learn the car, put laps in with me and stuff like that. I know he couldn't be here tonight. He's usually with us, but thank you, Adam. Shout out to Adam.
I was totally wondering, how did you gain this pace all of a sudden? Where did this come from?
I switched from the Logitech back over to a direct drive and load cell about 3 weeks ago or so, and for the past 2 weeks or so, the pace really disappeared from me. But I'm starting to get the consistency now, and I feel that now I'm starting to perform better than when I had the wheel, the Logitech.
That's good to hear. That's really great to hear.
Adam Morrow is laps, of course.
Yeah, Adam Morrow is a beast. Adrian, you're right. And I guess that is the end of our show for the night. Congratulations once again. What a wild drive. I absolutely speechless on what just happened. And yeah, so
thanks again, Mike. Appreciate it a lot.
And there's our night. And I guess, there you go. Have a good night, everyone. And I'll see you guys next week.
about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control, will you help me?
When I lost control, we are lost. Yeah, we lost control. Yeah, we lost control.
Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control, will you help me? Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control, will you help me?